Yo, what's going on, guys? It's just here with the New York Rangers expansion draft and NHL entry draft review. We're going to be going over the trades, all the draft picks, and whatever else comes to mind. Anyways, let us commence. So, in the background, you're going to see ESHL gameplay with the HV71 team. That is also Lias Andersson team. That's why I chose it, and I figured it'd be best for this video, considering we're going over the Rangers draft. First and foremost, we got to go over late trade. Derek Stepan and Antti Raanta traded to the Arizona Coyotes for Anthony DeAngelo and a 2017 first-round pick, which was 7th overall, used on Lias Andersson. So, first and foremost, I want to get this out of the way, only because this is going to be the worst thing to talk about, because Anthony DeAngelo. Listen, people. I get it. The guy has a history of being a dick. I can respect that. It is what it is. The Rangers, the organization they wouldn't get him if they didn't think, you know what, this kid, we could settle him down. They're not just going to go out and get somebody with a freaking attitude. You know, if that was the case, they would have gotten Chris Stewart and they would have gotten Evander Kane when they had the chance, but they didn't do it. Clearly, they see something in this DeAngelo kid. And another thing, I'm not calling out any one of you because none of you did it. But I saw on social media, when this trade happened, people were disliking Anthony DeAngelo, not for the way he played hockey, but for his political opinions. People, keep politics out of sports. And if you, in this day and age, do not like somebody because of their political opinions, there is something fucking wrong with you. I didn't follow up. I don't know what DeAngelo's opinions are. I don't want to know because I don't give a shit. All I know is that he plays for my favorite team, and I hope he does well. I could give a shit who he voted for and who he cares about. That's for him to decide. That is not for us to interfere with. In America, in Canada, and most countries, you have freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom of what you want. If he has his own opinion, let it be. Why should his opinion affect how you feel about him and the way he plays hockey? Why should that make you dislike someone because of their opinions, people? Really? Come on, guys. I'm not calling out you. I'm calling out the general public that was upset about his political opinions. I just find it absolutely ridiculous that people don't like him because of his political opinions. If you don't want to like him because he's a dick and because of what he said to people, fine. That's you. But if you're disliking him because of someone's political views, guys, really? Come on, people. Let's get over this shit. Let's keep politics out of hockey. I'm so sick of it. I constantly am unfollowing people on Twitter, like a hockey analyst, because all they post about is politics. I'm so sick of it. Rant over. Let's talk about the trade and let's talk about hockey, alright? He's Anthony DeAngelo, the hockey player, not the person outside the rink. Who gives a shit about that? First and foremost, Anthony DeAngelo, like it or not, is one of the best offensive defensemen in hockey right now. You know, he's not on an Erik Karlsson level, but in terms of breaking the puck out and overall just as a hockey player as a whole in terms of offensively gifted, Anthony DeAngelo is up there. Defensively, he's a bit of a scoot. You know, defensively, Anthony DeAngelo is a hard... Yeah, he's not that great defensively. He does have troubles in his own end. I've seen people bring up the possibility of maybe making DeAngelo a forward. I highly disagree with that. I honestly think, you know, work with him a little bit, try to develop him into a defenseman. But listen, if he's a better forward, he's a better forward. There's nothing you can do about that. Personally, I like him as a defenseman only because he makes that first breakout pass so well. He can quarterback the power play. We haven't had a quarterback since Keith Yandel left, you know. I think, honestly, I like him at the point. I'm trying to look over his stats in terms of turnovers and everything because I know people are complaining about that, but I want to know the full... What if NHL.com has? Let's see, NHL.com. Because I'm not entirely sure about how accurate people are when they say he's got like hundreds of giveaways, because I don't feel that to be true. And I know his passing percentage is way up there. Player leaderboard, let's see. Let's go... Overall leaders, whatever. Okay, so we can search individually through here. Can I type in a name? Player... he's a rookie, so we'll take that. Yeah, games played. He only played like... I think he only played like 39 games, 40 games. I should go 40. Let's see. Anthony DeAngelo, let's see. He had 14 points in 39 games. Took a lot of penalty minutes. He had 2 power play goals. He had 8 power play points in 39 games. That's what I'm talking about, people. That's excellent. That's actually perfect. I did not know that. It's awesome. I can't find all the other stuff, but who cares? That's actually excellent. So I like Anthony DeAngelo. I think he fits in well. The Rangers definitely have a crowded defense right now, which is going to make it interesting to see what they do in free agency. I would still like to see them snag up Kevin Shattenkirk, especially if the opportunity presents itself. Barrett Glazov and Pionk definitely have a chance. Mark Stahl's got to go. They got to figure out what they're doing with him, man, because we can afford him. Antti Ranta, he had to go back the other way in order to get DeAngelo the pick. That's what just made the trade. I don't mind it. I love Antti Ranta. Don't get me wrong, but honestly, I think Halverson can replace him. I think there's plenty of guys in free agency the Rangers can sign. I'm not too worried about losing Antti Ranta. Getting Lias Andersson and Anthony DeAngelo is a nice haul for an overpaid center and a backup goaltender, if you ask me. So I definitely like that trade for the Rangers. They made another trade. They swapped the 4th and the 6th. No, they swapped pick number 102 for pick 123 and 174. I like that because the Rangers, they cropped up picks. They got a lot more picks, so that's excellent. Now that's out of the way. Let's go over all of the players. So, I'm using Elite Prospects. I just used Cap Friendly for all the trades. So now I'm using Elite Prospect, which is freaking awesome. Alright, so let's see what they have to say about Lias Andersson. So, EP 2017 said Andersson is an excellent team player, never takes a shift off, also is blessed with good hockey sense and plays a strong two-way game. Offensively, Andersson stands out with impressive puck skills, a good shot, and fine speed. Has the tools to become a scoring line player, but could also become an excellent role player who always gives 100%. Lias Andersson is 18. He turns 19 in October. This year in the Swedish Elite League, he put up, Super Elite. He had 2 goals in 3 games. Throughout the season, he had 19 points, including 9 goals in 42 games. As an 18-year-old and on HV7-1, the elite team, below 20, he had 2 goals in 3 games. But, he played professional level hockey. I saw people saying that he doesn't have the highest ceiling out of all the prospects out there, they believe, but he's one of the most prepared for the NHL level. I would have much rather Elias Peterson, but you know what? We got Lias Andersson. Let's not complain. In International Juniors, a Sweden U20, he had 15 points in 17 games. 3 goals in 7 games in World Juniors under 20, and he's 18. In the Junior 20s last year, he had 59 points in 37 games in Junior 20. So, he was doing that at the age of 17, so that is incredibly impressive. Yeah, Lias Andersson is going to be good. I would say we're probably going to see Lias Andersson in the AHL next year. Maybe he'll make a cameo or 2 in the NHL. Having him and Kovacs and Malte Stromwall, just goes to show the Rangers are going for a European build, and I actually kind of like it. So I look forward to seeing Lias Andersson in the AHL next year. I'd love to see what he does. And we'll find out next year how he does. I look forward to Lias Andersson. I think he might actually play an NHL game or 2 next year. Moving on from Lias Andersson, we're going down. So we'll see Filip Chytil, I think is how you pronounce his name. 17 years old, doesn't turn 18 until September. They didn't give him a description, but let's see. He had a lot of weird rankings. Some NHL Central Scouting had him rated number 11, and Future Considerations had him rated number 70. So he was kind of all over the board. Let's take a look and see how he did statistically. When he was 15 years old, he played on U18 for the Czech, HC Zlin. He had 50 points in 30 games as a 15/16-year-old in U18 league. U17 at the age of 15, he put up 8 points in 20 games, including 5 goals in the international junior tournament. Professional level Czech league, he had 8 points in 38 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. Czech U18, he had 13 points in 19 games, and that's in the, I guess that was in the tournament. I don't expect Filip Chytil to make the jump to the AHL next year. I really don't think he will. Where I can see Chytil is probably another year or 2 in the Czech league. Just a season a little bit more. I don't think he's ready, especially at the, he's only 17 years old. So I expect, he may be NHL bound in 3 or 4 years from now. Chytil's got time. The Rangers aren't going to rush him. They're going to let him develop. So good for him. The kid's good. 6'1", 179 pounds. He's still got to grow. He's still a kid. He's younger than me. I'll go here. All right, so that's Filip Chytil. I like him. I think he's a good pick. I thought there were better options, but I like Chytil. Let's go here. All right, Brandon Crawley's the next pick. Let's see what they said about Crawley. Tyler Partram said, Crawley is a tenacious defensive defenseman who also showed the ability to move the puck well as the season went on in London. He loves physical play, although he is not overly big. He adjusted well during his OHL rookie season to the speed of the game, and could have a big next year on what will be a strong London team. That was said in 2015, so that was 2 years ago. So he was 18 when they were saying that about him. Oof, I don't know how I feel about this pick. He's 6'2", 203, but like, the Rangers have enough defensive prospects. I don't see this kid ever really. I don't want to take anything away from him. I've never seen him play before, but I don't see him really doing much. He went undrafted for 2 straight years. What does that tell you? It took him until he was 20 to get drafted. 27 points in 61 last year, and that was his overage year. Never scored a playoff goal. You know, he was a defensive defender, so he can't really. I don't know. We'll see about Crawley. I don't know who else was on the board that late in the draft, but I don't know. I don't know about Crawley. He's definitely going to be the AHL or ECHL next year. I think he's too old now to play in the OHL, so. Well, he'll be on the professional level next year. Let's see how he matches up to everyone else. Moving on to Calle Sjalin, I think is Sjalin, something like that. The Rangers took him at 145. NHL Central Scouting for EU skaters had a rate at 44. 119 by HockeyProspect.com and 163 by ISS Hockey. He's another 17-year-old, another young kid, 17 years old. 6'1", 176, so he's a big kid. Another Swede. No description given on him, so we'll just see what we can find here. Division 1 in Ostersunds IK. I guess that's D1 juniors. He had 15 points in 34 games as a defenseman. Sweden U18, he had 1 assist in 14 games, so he seems like a defensive defenseman, at least what I can see from his scoring statistics. Although 3 years ago he played Junior 18, so he was 14 years old and playing Junior 18, and he managed 20 points in 27 games. That's incredibly impressive. That's amazing. All right, so maybe he. I'm not sure. I can't get a read on this player, but this kid, just looking at his statistics. We're not going to see him in the pros for like 4 or 5 years. 2 or 3 years, maybe he'll make the jump to the AHL. In the same situation as Chytil, just not as good as Chytil. I could just see him maybe wanting to stay in Sweden until he's like 20 years old. So that's John. I wish I can give you more on him, but from what I'm seeing, I really cannot. I couldn't tell you what player type he is. Really, that much about him. Who knows? Maybe he's better than I think. Next, we have Dominik Lakatos, straight in the 6th round, 157 by the Rangers. Ranked number 50 by NHL Central Scouting in terms of European skaters. He's another 20-year-old, so he's older. He's 5'11", 179, so he's kind of small for his position, which is center, and center/wing. I don't really see him as a scoring center, though. Let's take a look at his statistics. 3 years ago, at the age of 17, he played Czech U18. He had 43 points in 29 games. He also played U20 that same year. He had 13 points in 19 games. 4 years ago, he played U18 as a 16-year-old, and he had 45 points in 41 games with the Czech. That's pretty good. All right, that's something. That's a start. Played U16 at the age of 13 or 14. He had 49 points in 32 games. So you know what he looks like? He seems like a scorer. Is what I'm gonna definitely say he's a scorer. Doesn't have a lot of career playoff point games. He did go off last year. He had 13 points in 16 games. And is that professional? Excuse me. I think that's professional level. He had 22 points in 41 games with 13 points in 16 playoff games. It's actually not that bad. You know what? He might be, because he's 20 years old. You might see him in the AHL next year, if not the ECHL. I know he's at the Rangers prospect camp, so we'll see. I kind of like Lakatos. Wow, all right, good for him. Next we got Morgan Barron. 18-year-old center, 6'2", 201, a nice big center. Hockey Prospects had him at 158. Future considerations 219, and out of North American skaters ranked 98. The Rangers got him at 174. So you know he's in the USHL. He's playing college hockey. In St. Andrews College, he was the captain. He had 50 points in 46 games, including 28 goals. That's very impressive. Let's see what else he did. The St. Andrews minor league team last year, because he split the season, he had 72 points, including 40 goals in 58 games. So the kid's a beast. In the playoffs this year, at the top level, he had 7 points in 4 games. That is very impressive. That's really good. And he's attending Cornell University next year, it says right here. So another smart, he's a smart kid. Probably won't be seeing him for another 2 years. Maybe even longer than, maybe until he's like 22, 23. Maybe he'll do what Cristobal Nieves and Brady Shea did, like they'll finish their college career, then move over to the professionals. Which, hey, listen, it worked for some guys. So we'll see how it does for Morgan Barron. I got all the faith in the world in this kid. I like big centers. 2-1 it is. The kid lefty shot. Born in 98. All right, so it's Morgan Barron. And last but not least, the Rangers' 7th round pick, Patrik Virta. Forgive me, I am pronouncing all these names incredibly incorrect. So that's something we're going to have to deal with because I am awful with name pronunciation. Take a look at Virta. He's 21 years old, so he's the oldest kid that we drafted. He's 5'10", 181. Definitely older, so he'll be in the AHL next year, assuming the Rangers give him a contract. In the Liga, he had 26 points, including 14 goals in 49 games, but he had 5 goals and an assist in 6 playoff games. That's impressive. Although I don't like this stat. In Finland U20, he only had 1.5 games, and he was 20 years old during that. That's not that good. In U20, at the age of 18 or 19, he had 75 points in 43 games, so that's pretty good. All right. He doesn't seem god-awful. Honestly, I think he's another one I kind of preface over some of the other guys. Yeah, he's actually not that bad. He doesn't have a description, so I really couldn't tell you too much about him. Another Finn. I kind of like this kid. Patrik Virta. I don't know. Maybe he'll be in the AHL next year. I feel like he should be at the age of 21. Huh. Let's go on cap friendly. Let's take a look at the Rangers now. We had a lot of time left in this video. We got like 3 minutes. Let's go to... No, not go to Armchair GM. Let's go to teams. Let's go to the Rangers. If Kevin Klein retires, the Rangers salary cap goes up to just about $23 million. So, Klein, if you could retire, that would be great. The Rangers still have to sign Foss and Zibanejad. They did not qualify, period. They're letting him go to UFA. Thank the Lord. Same thing with Adam Clendening. Thank the Lord. We don't need either one of them. Way too many players to keep either one of them on this team. And besides, Perry wasn't even that good. He was kind of a bust for us. Oh, you know what? Let me look up the Rangers training camp list. See if I can find any significant names. I know Vladimir Tkachov was unable to make it because something with his visa. So he unfortunately will not be at the Rangers training camp, at least not yet. Let's see. Let's try to find this picture. Although Tkachov terminated his contract, so he's trying to come to the NHL. All right. Interesting. All right, so let's see who's on this roster list that I can tell you. So Lias Andersson's there. Barron's going to be there. Glazov, not sure. Filip Chytil. Crawley, Sean Day. Gabriel Fontaine, Tim Gettinger. John Gilmore, Ryan Gropp. Huska, Lakatos, Dawson Leadhall, Vinny Lecchieri. Chris Nell. Vince Pedri. Kyle Pettit. I want to look up this guy Kyle Pettit because I feel like this is the old guy from Winnipeg. If I'm right, he was on Winnipeg. Kyle Pettit.
Yeah, W's always good.
The Nucks drafted him. He had 54 points in 66 games. Big center, 6'4", 200 pounds. He's 21 years old. 26 goals. He was on the Erie Otters last year. All right. Neil Pionk or Pionk. Tarmo Reunanen. He played with one of the kids the Rangers drafted this year. I know that for a fact. I forgot who. I think he played with Lakatos. I think I could be wrong though. Ty Ronning. He actually finished the season with the Wolfpack last year. Calle Sjalin. Patrik Virta, Tyler Wall, and Sergei Zaborovsky. It's not a bad loadout for the prospect camp. Really would have liked to see DeAngelo over there, though, I'll tell you the truth. Really would have liked to see him there. Alright. And that'll about do it. So, hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the Rangers picks and trades in the comments below. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching the video. I'm going to watch it because I really enjoyed making it. And if you understand everything I just said, you do not need hearing aids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace!
I'm not gonna fight you with 4 seconds left, kid.
I hate those type of people. I really do.
If you would have fought me with 5 minutes left, I would have.
Alright. Good game.
Good game for sure.
I might stay in this lobby. I don't know yet, though.
The defense doesn't seem too bad. Seem like they know what they're doing back there. Everyone's seat